Prince Harry is totally freaking out right now. And why? Because Tom Bower, the man known all over Britain as one of the boldest royal writers, has just dropped what might be his craziest claim yet. And this time, he is not going after Meghan, not the Netflix deal, not even Harry's fights with the press. It is about their daughter, Lilibet. Yes, little Lilibet, the baby Meghan and Harry showed off as the face of their so-called modern royal family.
I do. I write about people who don't want to be written about.
Yeah, and again, equally with this scenario, you're talking about Meghan and Harry.
But this is where the cracks begin to show. Bower's big reveal has brought back all the old rumors that have followed Meghan and Harry since Archie was born. Rumors about secrets, about staged christenings, missing birth certificates, and timelines that never matched up. Now, with Bower dragging all of that back into the spotlight, Harry's reaction looks less like a dad protecting his child and more like a man desperate to cover up the truth. And let us be honest, Tom Bower is not the type to play nice. When he goes after someone, he goes straight for the kill. His books have exposed shady businessmen, sketchy politicians, and of course, Meghan herself in his bestseller, Revenge. Now, people close to Bower say he is working on a new file, one that talks about the shady details of Lilibet's birth. You see, unlike William and Kate's kids, who were happily shown outside the hospital with all the tradition and excitement, Harry and Meghan kept both Archie and Lilibet's births hidden in mystery. No smiling parents on the hospital steps, no official press coverage, not even a hospital name confirmed. Back then, people ignored it, thinking the couple just wanted privacy. But now, Bower is asking the same questions the public never stopped whispering. Why so many secrets? Why all the smoke and mirrors?
Princess Lilibet is already growing up fast. Meghan Markle gives some rare insight into life with her.
Insiders say Bower's new claims do not stop at birth details. They go straight to the heart of the Sussex story. He is hinting at mixed-up documents, timelines that do not add up, and maybe, worst of all, the royal family's choice to never openly talk about Lilibet, except through carefully written statements. Remember, Queen Elizabeth was said to have met Lilibet once during the Platinum Jubilee in 2022, but no photo was ever shown. And now the idea is spreading. Was that meeting real, or was it staged? That thought alone has Harry furious, because if Bower manages to plant just enough doubt, it could destroy the polished image Harry and Meghan spent millions trying to build. They wanted to be seen as loving parents, the fresh modern family breaking away from the old royal rules. But if the story of their children looks suspicious or fake, then their whole image falls apart like a stack of cards. And Harry knows this. His angry rants behind closed doors are already leaking. Reports say he has been threatening to sue anyone who dares to question how his kids were born and the truth behind it. But trying to sue Bower is like trying to stop a wildfire with a bucket of water. Bower loves a court fight. He has made a career out of facing billionaires and powerful men in court. Harry saying he will sue only makes Bower's claims sound bigger, juicier, and even harder for the press to ignore.
To celebrate her 4th birthday. The Duchess of Sussex wrote on Instagram.
And then there is Meghan. Oh, Meghan's reaction has been just as revealing. Instead of calming things down, she is said to be furious. Sources claim she sees Bower's words as an attack not only on their family, but also on her image as a mother. And you know Meghan. When she feels her name is under fire, she dives into the self-help speeches and victim stories. Do not be surprised if she shows up on a tearful podcast or a Netflix-friendly interview soon, crying about how cruel and racist the media is for daring to question her children. But behind closed doors, those fake tears cannot cover the truth. Bower has her trapped.
About milk deliveries, but I do think that when you're mocked so publicly as they've been, their value begins to nosedive pretty quickly.
And this whole drama is not happening by itself. Look at the timing. The Sussex brand is already falling apart. Spotify canceled Meghan's podcast after just one season. Netflix has been quietly cutting their projects, with insiders saying the company is tired of wasting money on weak results. At the same time, Harry's endless lawsuits in the UK are draining their money faster than Meghan can sell jars of jam. Add Bower's big claim into the mess, and suddenly the couple does not just look out of touch, they look dishonest. Even juicier, The royal family is keeping silent. William, Kate, and King Charles have not said a single word, just sitting back and watching Harry fall apart. And if you listen closely, you can almost hear quiet laughs coming from Buckingham Palace. Because the royals know one thing better than anyone else. Once doubt gets into people's minds, it never goes away. Just like Diana's old interviews and Camilla's years of bad reputation, once a story takes root, it sticks forever. And for Harry and Meghan, the new story might be that their perfect family is not as real or flawless as they want people to think. Now, do not get it wrong. Nobody is saying there is clear proof of lies. But in the world of public opinion, proof is not what counts. What counts is the whisper, the rumor, the juicy what if. Tom Bower knows this game better than anyone. By just hinting at contradictions, he has already lit a fire that Harry and Meghan cannot put out. And every time Harry shouts, every time Meghan cries foul, they only throw more fuel on the flames.
Just felt she didn't want to have Meghan diverting attention from her husband and from the ceremony.
The irony is too obvious to miss. Harry once bragged that leaving the royal family would give him and Meghan freedom and let them control their own story. But look where they are now. Stuck, defensive, panicking while one man with a pen tears their shiny image apart. And the public is enjoying every second. Social media is full of memes, with critics pointing out that Harry and Meghan spent years demanding honesty and openness from the royal family, yet when it comes to their own children, they have given nothing but secrecy and mixed-up stories. And maybe that is what hurts Harry the most. The hypocrisy has finally caught up with him. You cannot shout about honesty while playing hide-and-seek with your own life. And now, with Bower calling them out, the Sussexes are not just facing another PR problem. They are facing the risk that their whole brand could collapse under the weight of doubt. So here is the million-dollar question. What does Tom Bower really know? Is it just a small mistake he is blowing up? Or is there something much darker hiding in the Sussex fairy tale? Whatever it is, Harry's extreme reaction shows one thing. He is terrified the truth might finally come out. If Bower's first round of claims had Harry fuming, the second round has left him completely unhinged. Just picture it. Harry pacing around his Montecito mansion like a man possessed, muttering about protecting his kids, while Meghan frantically writes emails to PR firms in London and Los Angeles. Because now Bower is not just pointing at missing paperwork or confusing timelines, he is attacking the very idea of the Sussexes as parents. And that is the one thing Harry cannot allow. His whole post-royal image, his supposed moral high ground, rests on being seen as a loving father. Take that away, and what is left? A bitter prince, the husband of a failed podcaster, and a man with no throne.
Described by Harry as vicious in his book, and Kate and William, who were unbelievably traduced both in the book and in the Oprah Winfrey interviews. And
According to royal insiders, Bower has proof. Or at least says he does. Rumors are spreading that he found differences between U.S. birth certificates and what the Sussexes told British officials. Think about that. The same couple who shouted about privacy from every rooftop now faces whispers that their secrecy was less about protection and more about hiding awkward details. And then there is the huge elephant in the room, Queen Elizabeth's Jubilee. Remember how Harry and Meghan claimed that Lilibet met the Queen in private, with no photos out of respect? Bower's hint that no such meeting ever happened has royal insiders smirking. Because which is more likely? That the Queen really met her great-granddaughter and no proof exists? Or that the Sussexes made up a story to boost Lilibet's royal image? And it gets worse. Harry's legal threats are blowing up in his face. Every time he calls his lawyers, Bower smiles even bigger. Because dragging someone into court does not silence them, it gives them a louder voice. Trials mean discovery, cross-examinations, endless media coverage. It keeps the story alive. Meghan knows this, which is why she is said to be begging Harry to let it go. But Harry is too angry, too sure he can bully his way out of the story. And ironically, his rage only makes Bower's claims sound more believable. After all, if it is just gossip, why is Harry panicking? Meanwhile, the British press is circling like sharks. Tabloids that once stayed cautious, scared of lawsuits, are now running headlines again. Where was Lilibet really born? Did Meghan fake the Jubilee meeting? These questions are spreading faster than the Sussex PR machine can stop them. And even U.S. outlets, once their safe space, are starting to turn. Netflix is pulling back, Spotify has already left, and the Hollywood bubble is popping. When late-night comedians start joking about mystery babies, you know the tide has turned. As for the royals, their silence has never been louder. William, the master of calm, is reportedly amused. Friends say he rolls his eyes whenever Harry's tantrums hit the news. And King Charles? He is too busy fixing the monarchy's image to save Harry from another disaster.
That is the cruel twist. Harry left to escape his family's shadow, yet every time he falls, the royal silence makes him look even smaller. The more he yells, the calmer they appear. And let us not forget the online circus. Social media is a playground for doubters and meme-makers. Old clips of Meghan talking about motherhood, placed next to Bower's claims, are going viral. TikToks with captions like, "Mother of Mystery" or "Where in the world is Lilibet Diana?" are racking up millions of views. The Sussex squad, the diehard fans, are in meltdown, but even their defenses sound weak, full of hashtags and anger instead of facts. For every "Leave Meghan alone" post, there are 3 mocking the secrecy. Public opinion is a cruel game, and right now, Harry and Meghan are losing badly. Behind the gates of Montecito, things are boiling over. Neighbors whisper about shouting matches from the Sussex mansion. Meghan, they say, blames Harry for not staying calm and letting PR quietly kill the story. She supposedly calls him his own worst enemy and compares his anger to Diana's temper. Harry, on the other hand, blames Meghan's lawsuits, her truth bonds, her obsession with controlling the story for attracting people like Bower in the first place. And so the couple who left the UK for peace are now stuck in California fighting with each other about their own lies. But the bigger world is asking a simple question. What is the truth about Lilibet? Did she really meet the Queen? Why was her birth hidden in more secrecy than any modern royal child? And why do the Sussexes' official statements sound more like PR stunts than real family moments? These are not fringe conspiracy theories anymore. They are mainstream discussions. And with Tom Bower feeding the fire, Harry and Meghan's carefully built brand of honesty looks faker every day. And maybe that is the biggest sting of all. They sold themselves to Netflix, Spotify, and the public as the raw, truthful royals. They were supposed to be the antidote to the stiff monarchy, the real ones who'd told it all. But now, stuck in their own contradictions, they look less like truth-tellers and more like con artists running a nonstop PR machine. And when someone like Bower calls your bluff, it is game over. Harry's anger, Meghan's tears, and the royal family's silence, that is the mix we are left with. And as Bower sharpens his pen for the next round, one thing is clear. The fairy tale is falling apart and the cracks are showing for everyone to see.